Hey guys! Well, if you want to talk about our first, fight.
Smells like straight shit in here. I'm pitch a tent in the morning.
Herpes.
There's the answer to that question.
We are gonna do the couples tag. I have some questions written down. A few of them are from our friends, but mainly they're just random. And we're both gonna answer each question the best we can. Ready?
We met when we were children. I hated her, she hated me. We met in high school. We had the same friends. We hung out with the same people. But we didn't hang out with each other. Fast forward 7 to 8 years later.
Somewhere around there.
In that vicinity. She worked across the street from where I lived at a bar.
Pool hall.
It was a bar. That's where we met again.
I would honestly say the first thing I noticed about you had this bad boy persona, but yet you were really shy and awkward.
How do I have a bad boy persona?
Like the way you dress and hold yourself is like you're like cool, but then you start talking and it's yeah, exactly.
Wait, I have to answer.
Yes.
So first thing I noticed about you, your teeth. I don't know. You got a pretty mouth.
I can't it's all really a blur.
We're drinking a lot. I asked her out on dates all the time. She always denied me. Always.
Getting salty here.
Let's go out to dinner.
Let's go to a movie.
Let's go to a
Let's
movie.
go see Deadpool.
Let's go see this when Deadpool first came out in theaters. Trying to see it with her, and then she went and saw it
Twice.
But not with me. First kiss, we were at the bar. She was drunk. She kissed me.
He asked me for the kiss.
I asked for the kiss, but she didn't do it when I asked. Yeah. She did it later when she kept drinking.
Liquid courage. Go ahead. I was sleeping.
Obviously you weren't. It was a day we were hanging out at her house and we're watching movies. Fell asleep on the couch and then I just looked at her. I saw her beauty.
Oh god.
I saw her nose. And I just said it. And she pretended to be asleep to avoid it. How dirty her room was.
That wasn't really an argument. Maybe an argument in your head. I think our first argument was I wasn't spending enough time with Aurora. And he changed that. I started spending a lot more time with her.
See, you say that's an argument, but
I
to
know,
me it was just a discussion.
Yeah, well, if you want to talk about our first, fight.
Next question. Next question.
The kids and money.
Money is a big thing. You have to really learn how you do things financially. And raising children. Because I see things a certain way, she sees it a certain way. We're both raised totally differently.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I know I've actually fallen asleep.
I'll tell you right now, he's lied to avoid an argument. I'm not big on lying, so I don't think I've ever lied to avoid an argument. But I don't know. I'm not going to say I like to argue, but I'd rather argue, so I'm not one for avoiding it.
I don't argue.
Yeah, so he lies and he sleeps.
I don't argue. I don't like to argue. I like, if something's bothering you that much, it'll be bothering you the next day. So might as well sleep on it. If it still bothers you the next day, then I'll discuss it. But for the most part, I avoid them. And I don't lie. I just extend the truth. Maryland?
I think so.
To my mom's house?
To your mom's house. I say meeting your family wasn't that bad. First impressions were a little bit skewed, but it wasn't that bad. I don't know what their first impression were, honestly.
Quote unquote, my mom says she's perfect for you because the way I live and the way I act and stuff like that, she believes that only certain people can deal with me because I can be a lot.
It's a handful.
And I live a specific way. But yeah, my mom liked you. Roberto liked you.
My parents liked you. They let you live at our house.
I mean, meeting them for the first time was super weird. They were making fun of me for knocking on the door because she texted me. She's like, "Oh, just come in."
Didn't I make dinner?
Made pasta. So, Dewey, actually, that was like weird for me. But it didn't say anything, but like he was grabbing the pasta out of the pot with his hands. And he was like, "This is how we do it here." And I was just like...
Oh. I forgot about that. Our first impressions were a lot, like, different. Like, me going into their house is very traditional and very...
See, the difference
structured.
is when I met her parents, it was fresh.
Yeah.
It was brand new. When she met my parents, we've already been together for a little bit.
We had history already.
Yeah.
Two totally different feelings.
Yeah,
That's for
so-
sure.
I mean, her stepdad was like, "What's this one's name?" So, there's that.
There's that.
Your nose.
I'm
I love her smile. I don't know, it just warms me.
Okay. Mine's not as sentimental.
It doesn't have
I
to
really
be.
like his booty. I do. Your face. I like that shit. I like that you're creative and artistic. Because I always wanted to be, and I'm not. So it's comforting. And I don't know, I really like that. What do you like about my personality, babe?
Your personality?
Yeah.
It's a hate and love thing. But she always likes to talk.
Okay.
I don't know. I was gonna say saucy.
Saucy? I'll
I
take
don't know.
that. Saucy.
Like spicy, but not saucy.
No, it's a little like watered down.
Yeah, it's watered down, so it's saucy. It's not straight spice.
The first word that comes to mind is disturbed. It's probably really bad, but it's true.
My dad's probably like, when he watches this, he's like, I would change that you don't talk back as much.
Less spicy, more
Yeah.
sauce.
It's like she always has something to say.
I always have to have the last word.
Yes.
I'd make you less grumpy. You're like from the Seven Dwarves, you're the grumpy one. I'd make you a little more peppy. A little spicier. I'd make you spicier.
I'd make my forehead smaller.
I like your big forehead. When you like, yeah, it looks good.
About never coming back. That's, I was gonna say her dad's urn.
He doesn't like it. It freaks him out.
It's right there.
Right by my Chick-fil-A cup.
It stays by her bedside, which is okay. But before that, she said drive with him.
I still do that.
when she drives for long trips, she brings him with, and her brother.
And my brother. Yep.
But to never get back, I don't think anything really. Would just say,
Yeah, that was hard for me. I would never get rid of any of your stuff.
not like get rid of, but just like a bit less of. Maybe dream catchers? No.
No.
Not even.
I'd have a bit less of his electronics, that's for sure.
Let's say electronics. Let's say my
his
consoles.
His consoles. His babies. Agree? Okay, you didn't look at me like that. Yeah, I'd say you're more jealous. I'm more openly jealous, but his jealousy like festers in there.
We'll leave that in the comments.
Yeah.
You guys can decide who's funnier.
I'm definitely more affectionate. Yeah, that's a give and take. He's more cleanly. Not that I'm dirty, but like he's more cleanly.
I'm more OCD and have to have things a specific way.
Yeah.
She's more organized when it comes to like documentation.
Yeah.
And like just things of that sort. At what time?
Now. If you had a song for us now.
You can't put me on the spot like that.
It's in the list.
Well, I would say our first dance song. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. Our first dance, which is from High School Musical. Can I Have This Dance? It's my favorite movie.
I'll take it. This is gonna be interesting. We've been talking all day.
Last text message from you is a emoji.
Oh, it's just the eyes.
She can't wait till I get off work because I'm bringing her home food. And she wants to spend time with me. And I said she's trying to keep me away from Riku, which is PlayStation.
Going back to what I would get rid of. What
My
are your...
wasn't no like sex.
I know, right? It's like we send a lot of weird stuff to each other, so that was very mild.
Dying.
I would say my biggest fear is dying. My biggest fear is being alone.
Being alone?
Yeah. In the dark.
My biggest fear is wasted time.
Yeah. And that kind of goes with dying.
Yep.
Wasting your time. Dying without fulfilling something. I don't fart, just so you know. I mean, I do, but not around him.
I've heard her fart 3 times in 4 years.
Yeah.
And 2 of those times is because she was pregnant and asleep. And the 3rd time is we were just hanging out and then she tooted and tried to act like nothing happened.
Yeah. And it says...
See, but I can't react because then she won't keep doing it.
All I can think of is that time you opened the door.
Okay. This is the day after our wedding. I was returning my tux and like my friend's tux as well. I came back in the car and I swore, because we have children who are still in diapers, and I thought there was a dirty diaper left in the car. And I was like, it smells like straight shit in here. Not knowing that she farted before I got in the car. So I was like, I opened the door and I was like, it smells like shit in here. And then she starts doing that.
I'm crying.
I mean, mine are foul sometimes. But since hers are so rare, I would say.
Oh, that was funny. The first thing I do is go in to check on the babies and change them. Like before I pee, before I brush my teeth, I go in and check on the babies.
I wake up, get dressed, brush my teeth, go to work. That's what I do.
The first thing you do in the morning is stretch and poop.
Well, if you want to get technical, the first thing I do is hump her butt.
You do not, do you?
Do you not feel that?
No, I'm usually...
I'm pitch a tent in the morning, and then I'll just start rubbing it on her butt. There you go.
We're learning things about each other.
I poke her to wake her up, but she doesn't wake up, so I just go to work.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm not very good at many things. So, he's got a whole list. Dancing, drawing, playing video games. I'm pretty good at video games.
You're pretty good at video games.
Pretty good at video games. I'm good at talking to people. I say I'm good at that.
She's good at making conversation with people she doesn't even know, and they talk like they've known each other forever.
I'm good with people.
I like to do this.
Oh, I can't stand that. Okay, enough. He tries to do it to me too. Like, he literally tries to take my nails and flick at them, or stick his fingernail under my fingernail.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, stop. I bite and pick at my lip a lot. That's probably my, weirdest habit, or most annoying.
I like to rub my talons on her.
Ew. You have a weird thing with nails. It's really weird.
I don't cry.
He cries at Naruto in that one episode every time he watches it.
Tell me how you really feel.
Oh gosh. He cries with TV shows, really. Hors the door. Hors the door. He cried during that.
That was awful.
Yeah, he cried.
That was
during
bad. I really cried.
Seriously? You get really weepy at romantic comedies. He thinks I don't notice, but he does. Like, really, really, like, it has to be a good one, though. It has to be, like, really romantic and sentimental, and he gets all, like, oh, but he tries to hide it.
This goes back to talking too much.
I don't really cry at much. What have I cried at?
You?
I cry when animals die.
Cry when Derek died.
Well, I cry at Grey's Anatomy all the time. I can watch that 1,000
She
times and
cries
still
when
cry.
babies die in
Oh.
shows.
I cry for babies. I would say we'd live in Australia. One, because I'd love to go there, and two, because his babies are there.
Now, if I could live anywhere, be Tokyo.
I wouldn't want to live in Tokyo. But I would go there if you wanted to. I would. But not my first choice.
Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. From you?
Yes.
Going to hell.
His worst gift is my best gift. The best thing he ever gave me was our kids. And that's probably the worst thing I ever gave him.
No. The best gift you've ever gotten me would be...
We don't really give, like...
Yeah, we don't really give
like,
gifts like that.
materialistic gifts.
Yeah.
We're very, like, actions.
If I'm thinking of action-wise, I would say the best thing is when I was at my mom's house stranded because I lost my car and you were already outside.
Yeah.
And that's a 13-hour drive.
Yeah, I drove 13 hours. And I was like, hey, come outside.
So there's that. Everything I want, she doesn't buy because it has to do with the video game. What's the worst thing?
What's the worst thing you've ever given me? Herpes. I'm just kidding.
I'm clean as a whistle. So that's not from me.
I don't know. You don't really give me gifts. I can't even think of a worse thing. The best thing was our kids and our marriage. So a life. You give me a life. My life that I wanted. That was the best gift.
I'll take that. Share it. Boom. How did I know you were the one?
That's the last question.
How did you know I was the one?
You love my daughter more than me?
Fair enough.
I knew he was the one because he took me out of my black hole of binge drinking and put me back in who I was as a mom and a partner and a daughter and just made me whole again. That's how I knew he was the one.
I knew she was the one because she didn't put up with my shit. And she called me out on my shit.
Yeah. Many a time. Do you have any more questions that you think would be good for the video?
I wrote one down, but I can't remember where it's at. But I remember the question.
What's the question?
Because I saw it on TikTok and I thought it was funny.
What's the question?
Have you ever thought of killing me?
Oh, I did see that. I saw
Yes.
that paper. There was like 3 questions and they were all about killing, just so you know.
Goes back to the one word, disturbed.
Disturbed much?
If you could, have you ever thought of killing me? And if you have, how? How would you do it?
Well, I almost hit you with a car once.
So you have thought of it.
I have thought of killing him before. He's done a lot of things that have made me want to kill him. Yes. And it probably would be hitting him with a car. Yeah, there's a couple times.
You could survive that.
Or hitting him over the head with something.
It's very Joe Goldberg of you.
Yeah. He's done some stuff that made me want to hurt him. But never anything like, you know, like actually killing him.
I've thought of killing you.
I know. You tell me.
And I would strangle her. So I could see the light fade.
His stomach's going crazy as he says this. It's kind of creepy.
Because I have to fart. What?
What? I feel like he would like get mad at me for something and then pretend he wasn't, and then I'd fall asleep and he'd just start strangling me while I was sleeping.
It'd have to be long, drawn out process. I wouldn't make it quick.
You just torture me. You're sick. You know that, right? He's disturbed.
So, if this is the last video you guys see...
If I ever go missing, you know, gosh. He'd never kill me because no one would take care of the kids. He'd be
Your
left
mom
with
would.
all of them.
Your mom would.
My mom would know it was you.
I would never kill her because I can't live without her.
You're so sweet.
On that note,
On that note, I hope you guys enjoy. We're probably going to cut this a lot, but it's actually really fun. And if you guys have any more questions or any more videos you'd like to see, drop it down below. Don't forget to follow us on social media. And until next time, bye!